I'm talking today about John Williams, the greatest film composer of all time. If you don't like that, you can go watch some other video. I mean, the dude has 5 Oscars, 17 Grammys, 5 Golden Globes, and 3 Emmys, and several gold and platinum records. Boom! He trails only Walt Disney in Oscar nominations. That's crazy. This is our list of his top 10 albums of all time. Let's face it, the only other theme that might be more recognizable in the known universe is Happy Birthday. And I think we all know what we want to hear on our birthday. Jaws. Some cranks have suggested that Williams borrowed heavily from The Rite of Spring by Stravinsky, and you can definitely hear some similarities. Jaws would produce for Williams his first ever Best Original Score Oscar and lands at number 6 on AFI's top 100 film scores of all time. This is number 10. That's right, we're talking about Macaulay Culkin here. Kevin McAllister. Director Chris Columbus actually had Williams listed as his second choice for composer, not because he was a raging lunatic, but because he didn't think Williams was interested in the project. This for a movie that would go into the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest grossing comedy of all time, accumulating more than $533 million internationally. Merry Christmas indeed, Kevin. Home Alone received Grammy and Oscar nominations, but lost Best Original Score in 1990 to Dances with Wolves by John Barry. Curse you, Kevin. Costner, not McAllister. Of all the movies on our list, this may be the one you haven't seen or heard as much. There's some fantastic tracks on this album, including Cadillac of the Skies and Toy Planes Home and Hearth. The film itself was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, but lost all 6 to The Last Emperor. Williams actually describes this album as being a giant stepping stone towards his work on Schindler's List, which would come a few years later. If adventure has a name, it's Indiana Jones. And if adventure has a theme song, it's the Raiders March, with all apologies to Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's heavy.
Williams actually played the 2 themes you hear in the Raiders March for Spielberg and asked Spielberg which one he wanted him to use. Spielberg replied smartly, "Why don't you use them both?" Duh. Instead of introducing the theme boldly like he does in Star Wars, he peppers the theme throughout the film and never gives it to you fully until the very end. When the audience finally hears the song, they don't question how great Indiana is or how many times he has to use that whip to get out of a pickle. Seriously, the whip, use your gun, man! When Williams first saw Schindler's List, He told Spielberg, "You need a better composer than I am for this film." And Spielberg replied, "I know, but they're all dead." Williams hired a great violinist by the name of Perlman, who helped him pen the iconic theme that you hear. Perlman recalls, "I felt that I could contribute simply by just knowing the history and feeling the history and indirectly actually being a victim of that history. The result, that insanely beautiful theme, which captures the horrors of the Holocaust with serene grace and delicate beauty." For Williams, Schindler's List produced his 5th Oscar, winning Best Original Score in 1994.
I didn't do enough.
You did so much.
While your relationship to Harry, Ron, Hermione, and other characters, including the lovable Neville Longbottom, it is undeniable to miss the magic that Williams introduces to that series. John scored the music for the first 3 films, and his main theme, which is referred to as Hedwig's theme, is used throughout the entire series. Standout tracks on those three albums include A Window to the Past, Reunion of Friends, and Harry's Wondrous World, to name a few. That should at least get you started. Oh, and if that isn't enough, he actually scored the first Harry Potter movie the exact same year that he scored AI Artificial Intelligence, an album that barely missed our cut. And both were nominated for Best Original Score, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. There are points in the soundtrack that Spielberg loved so much that he had Williams play the music with the orchestra without the film on so that he could feel the natural phrasing, the ebb and the flow. Spielberg then edited the sequences to suit it. That almost never happens. On the track The Magic of Halloween, when E.T. sees a child wearing a Yoda costume, Williams included a portion of Yoda's theme in that track, the theme that he had created in Empire Strikes Back just 2 years previously. E.T. was only the 3rd film in movie history to win Best Original Score, a Grammy, Golden Globe, and a BAFTA in their respective categories. The previous 2, Star Wars and Jaws, who were composed by, you guessed it, John Williams, who remains the only person to have done this multiple times. That feat has only been accomplished 6 times, and John has done it 3 of those times. Still think he isn't the greatest? When I was a younger lad, I saw Jurassic Park, and I literally thought Richard Attenborough was John Williams. I thought they were the same guy. The similarities are pretty striking, are they not? Williams' work on Jurassic Park, nothing short of spectacular. The versatility in his abilities is clearly demonstrated, as he captures on one hand the beauty and grandeur of extinct nature in tracks like the main theme, as well as A Tree for My Bed, which is personally my favorite Williams track of all time. To the chagrin of everyone on this planet who's ever had ears, John Williams did not receive an Oscar nomination for Jurassic Park. What the? Oh, and did I mention that he scored Schindler's List the same year? He's not human.
There's another example. See, here I'm now by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
Perhaps the greatest sleeper on our list. It's not widely known that the film actually started out as a musical. Williams had completed 10 songs for the project when it was scrapped. 3 of the songs actually found their way onto the finished film. Don't Want to Grow Up, which you hear at the beginning. Pick 'Em Up is the song that the Lost Boys used to whip Peter into shape. And of course, When You're Alone, the ballad that Maggie sings that sends pirates and audience members alike to tears. Speaking of tears, if you're still skeptical that we chose Hook as number 2 on this list, go listen to You Are the Pan, then come back and talk to me. The song, When You're Alone, was nominated for Best Original Song, losing to Beauty and the Beast by Alan Menken. It is a tale as old as time.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
Was there ever a doubt when we started this list that number 1 would be Star Wars? And no, we're not going to pick one of the original 3 soundtracks. Frankly, they're all fantastic. And the only good thing about the prequels is that it gave us 3 more John Williams albums. Yes, there's good tracks on all 3 of those. Let's just start with the awards. Oscar for Best Original Score, Golden Globe Award, several Grammys, BAFTA winner, number 1 on AFI's 100 Greatest Film Scores of All Time. It's arguably the most influential soundtrack in the history of film. One of the things that makes the music so memorable is Williams' use of leitmotifs, or musical themes that repeat throughout the films and that represent an idea or character. You've got Luke's theme, you've got Leia's theme, you have Yoda's theme, you have Luke and Leia's theme, you have Han and Leia's theme. Everyone has a theme.
And for myself, ladies and gentlemen, my warmest thanks for this very treasured award and marvelous moment. Thank you.
So that's it. What did we miss? Do you agree with our list? Did we blow it completely? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.